Thank you, Kyle. Because if you weren't going to do that, I might have had to. And you know how I am about rhythm. I love how many people put today together. Like, it's us. It's not a show. It's something we all do together, the celebration at unity. That's what we want. Now, today, my talk is good vibrations and what pulls on your heartstrings. So a couple weeks ago, I asked people to tell me some stories about what tugs your heartstrings. And I have a few things to say about that. And the good vibrations. I came across an article in Scientific American called "The Hippies Were Right. It's All About Vibrations, Man." A New Theory of Consciousness by Tam Hunt. So I'm not going to read you the whole article, even though I find it fascinating, and I will put it at the back of the room. But the question is, why are some things conscious and others apparently not? And these questions are all aspects of the ancient mind-body problem, which has really resisted complete explanations. Now, this person, Tam Hunt, and his colleague Jonathan Schooler, University of California, Santa Barbara, figured out that how did the hippies actually solve this problem? With the radical intuition that it's all about vibrations. And they developed a resonance theory of consciousness. So how were the hippies right? Well, we agree that vibrations, resonance, are the key mechanism behind human consciousness, as well as animal consciousness and the basic mechanism for all physical interactions to occur. Okay, that's about as scientific as I'm going to get. You want the details. So this resonance theory of consciousness. Resonance is another word for synchronized vibrations. Is at the heart of not only human consciousness, but all physical reality. Now, a lot of people in the New Thought community have talked and accepted about everything has a vibration, and I know many people who feel that they can relate to the vibration of every living thing and even inanimate objects. There's a lot of people that feel like they can vibrate to crystals and earth and water and all that things, But what's interesting to me is how science is approaching a lot of these things that people felt and thought intuitively. So an interesting phenomenon occurs when different vibrating things come into proximity. And like we all are vibration. We've had that talk about, my deep understanding of string theory, how that everybody is just a little, the tiny parts of matter are just vibrating. So we're all made of that. Everything in the universe is made of vibrating string. So all the parts of us are vibrating. And how about this, that when things come together, they start to vibrate together at the same frequency. They sync up, sometimes in ways that can seem mysterious. One of the things that syncs up is fireflies of certain species start flashing their little fires in sync in large gatherings of fireflies in ways that can be difficult to explain other than this resonating theory. The moon's rotation is exactly synced with its orbit around the Earth, such that we always see the same face. Could this be our spiritual evolution? Communication through coherence. As shared resonance expands to more and more constituents, that's a little bit of scientific meaning, that when there's anything that has shared resonance and biologically becomes more complex, and even interactions become, pieces of, or entities, biological entities become more and more complex. Let's say termites in a hive, people in a community. that the particular conscious entity grows larger too, right? So here's how I am interpreting these things as a spiritual lesson. The spiritual message is oneness, that everything, as it grows more complex, it starts resonating together toward oneness. Now that's what we teach in Unity. That's our underlying statement. That the ever-increasing complexity of our lives, when we sync up, we become one. Imagine, if you would, right now, that the place that you sit is a field of vibration. And everything in it is alive in its awareness of the source from which it came from. Everything is in vibration as you are as well. So right now, call on all your spiritual upline, whatever you perceive that to be. Call on your spiritual upline and ask this upline to lift you in intention to your true nature of what you are. We say it over and over again that you are the Christ, you are the Buddha, you are the spark of divinity. But right now, just like let's all sync up and ask for all the spiritual help that is available to each and every one of us. And when we're together, it becomes more complex and it becomes greater, and it also heads towards oneness. Now, what I want us to ask is, who do you want to sync up with? What frequency do you want to vibrate at? I have taught us about heart math, quick coherence. We're going to, and it's a very short technique here. The quick coherence technique helps you release stress, overcome negative emotions, and feel better fast. And we're going to take a little minute to do it. It's so fast. So this is quick coherence. You can do it anytime. So the first thing you do, focus on your heart. So actually, eyes open or closed, bring your awareness to the center of your chest. And then just step number 2, heart breathing. So your awareness is on the center of your chest. Now just breathe from there. Let's take a few breaths together. Just imagine, how the breath comes. It's coming from your center. Just breathe, heart breathing. And then the third step, quick coherence. Heart feeling. Remember a time when you felt good inside. I felt good inside when I saw that little baby come in this movie. Just you can look at that baby. It'll help you feel good. Remember a time when you felt good inside. A person, a pet, a place. Remember that. All right, now open your eyes. You can do that anytime, the quick coherence. And it really does have to do with vibration, and the quick coherence syncs our brain up with our heart. That's the point of that. We're syncing our brain up with our heart, and so we all function better that way. Now, have I got something fun we are going to do for vibrations? We are going to, I lost my piece of paper. Hang on. I had 3 different things up here going